Most people don't think much about how long their clothes should last. When something wears out, it's normal to toss it and buy something new. But the Amish approach things differently. They don't just wear their clothes longer by accident. It's a whole mindset, a routine built into daily life. What's interesting is how effective it is, even for heavy-use items like jeans. They wash them differently, treat the fabric with more care, fix things instead of replacing them, and store everything in a way that keeps it in shape. It's not complicated or hard, but it's consistent, and that's what makes the difference. In this video, we're going to walk through exactly how the Amish do it, and how these habits can make your own clothes last 2 or even 3 times longer without spending extra money or needing special equipment. Number 1, the Amish way of caring for clothes. In Amish communities, clothing is not just something you wear. It's a symbol of discipline, humility, and intentional living. Every detail, from the fabric to the stitching, reflects a deep respect for functionality and tradition. Most Amish families sew their own clothes, often using patterns that have been passed down for generations. Women typically take the lead in this task, starting from a young age, and by adulthood, many can craft an entire wardrobe without relying on store-bought garments. The process is slow but deliberate, with an emphasis on strong seams, minimal decoration, and solid construction. The fabrics they choose are practical and meant to last. You'll see a lot of cotton, wool, and polyester blends, materials that can stand up to frequent washing and outdoor wear. Clothing colors tend to be dark or muted. Black, navy, deep green, and brown are common, especially among more conservative Amish orders. Bright or flashy colors are generally avoided, as they are seen as prideful or attention-seeking. Simplicity isn't just an aesthetic, it's a core value. Clothes are designed to be modest, comfortable, and easy to repair. Durability is a priority, so they take extra care during the construction phase. Stitches are tight and even, hems are double-folded, and buttons are securely attached. Zippers and Velcro are rarely used. Instead, traditional fastenings like hooks, pins, or simple buttons are preferred, partly for modesty but also for ease of repair. If a button falls off, it's sewn back on. If a seam splits, it's reinforced. Garments are often passed down from one child to the next, and even adults will wear the same coats and shirts for years. Amish people don't buy new clothes unless absolutely necessary. Instead, they maintain what they have. This is a community where mending isn't just common, it's expected. Clothing is inspected regularly for damage, and repairs are done quickly to prevent wear from spreading. Special attention is given to work clothes, which take the brunt of daily labor. Patches on knees, elbows, or underarms are not signs of poverty. They're signs of resourcefulness. By taking the time to construct, care for, and repair their clothes, the Amish avoid the wastefulness of fast fashion. Their clothing lasts not only through seasons but through generations, a quiet yet powerful testament to a lifestyle built on sustainability, responsibility, and respect for every resource they use. Number 2, laundry day rituals. In Amish households, laundry day is a major part of the weekly rhythm, not something done casually or every day. It's typically scheduled for Monday, and everyone in the family knows the routine by heart. The process starts early, often before sunrise. Water is heated in large iron kettles, sometimes outdoors over a wood fire, or indoors on a propane stove. This hot water is essential for tackling the grime and sweat that build up, especially from hard farm work and manual labor. Once heated, the water is poured into wringer washers. These are older-style washing machines that don't run on electricity, since most Amish homes avoid being connected to the power grid. Instead, they use gas-powered engines or air compression systems to operate the washers. These machines don't agitate clothes like modern washers. Instead, they gently rock the garments back and forth, which is less damaging to fabrics and part of why Amish clothes tend to last much longer. The same batch of water is often reused across several loads. Whites usually go in first, followed by lighter colors and then darker or more soiled items. This water-saving method is both economical and environmentally friendly. After each load is washed, it's passed through a hand-cranked wringer. This squeezes out excess water and flattens the fabric slightly, making it easier to dry. Clothes are then carried out to long lines that stretch across yards or between trees. On sunny days, garments dry quickly. In colder weather, the clothes may freeze first and dry slowly as the ice sublimates. Throughout the day, the family works together, folding clothes as they come off the line. It's a communal task, full of rhythm and tradition, passed down for generations. Number 3, the art of drying clothes. For the Amish, drying clothes isn't just a way to finish the laundry. It's part of a well-honed system rooted in practicality and tradition. Instead of electric dryers, which are avoided in Amish homes due to their rejection of most modern technology, the drying process relies entirely on nature. You'll find long clotheslines stretching from trees to tall wooden posts, or between barn walls and house corners. Most of these lines are equipped with pulley systems, so you can stand in one spot and hang clothes without needing to walk back and forth. It's not just efficient, it saves time and energy, especially when doing laundry for large families. Drying happens outside year-round. In the warmer months, the sun does the heavy lifting. It dries clothes quickly, gives them a fresh, sun-clean scent, and naturally whitens whites. In fact, a day with a gentle breeze is ideal. It fluffs up clothes and removes any lingering soap smell. Sheets, towels, and long dresses flap in the wind, often creating a kind of quiet rhythm in Amish yards. Winter presents more of a challenge, but the Amish have a fascinating workaround. Even when temperatures drop below freezing, they still hang laundry outside. Through a natural process known as sublimation, frozen moisture in the clothes goes directly from ice to vapor without melting first. This freeze-drying effect might take longer, but the result is surprisingly soft, fresh clothing. Indoors, backup drying racks are sometimes used near wood stoves, especially for delicates or in extreme cold. This method of drying, although simple, speaks volumes about the Amish lifestyle. Resourceful, patient, and deeply connected to the rhythms of nature. It's a reminder that sometimes the old ways are not only sustainable, but also incredibly effective. Number 4, natural cleaning solutions. One of the most fascinating aspects of Amish laundry care is how they manage to keep clothes spotless without relying on store-bought cleaning products. In fact, commercial detergents are almost never used. Instead, Amish families stick to tried-and-true homemade solutions passed down through generations. The most common formula involves a blend of lye rendered animal fat, often from pork, and sometimes a touch of essential oils like lavender or pine for a light, natural scent. The resulting soap is strong enough to cut through dirt and oil, but surprisingly gentle on fabrics, even on delicates like cotton and linen. Making soap isn't just a chore, it's often a communal activity. Women gather together and spend hours boiling the fat, carefully adding lye and stirring the mixture until it thickens and sets. Once cooled and cut into bars, the soap is stored for future use. It lasts a long time, doesn't produce unnecessary waste, and costs next to nothing, all of which aligns with the Amish value of simple, sustainable living. Another key part of this cleaning process is the use of rainwater. Unlike tap water, which contains minerals that can make soap less effective and leave behind residue, rainwater is naturally soft. Amish households often have systems in place to collect it from roofs and store it in large barrels. When it's laundry day, this water is used not just because it's free and abundant, but because it actually makes homemade soap perform better. Clothes come out softer, cleaner, and without that film or stiffness, sometimes caused by hard water. By relying on ingredients they can produce or collect themselves, the Amish maintain full control over what goes into their cleaning routine and what stays out. It's a simple, old-school approach that modern households could definitely learn from. Number 5, repairing and repurposing. In Amish households, repairing clothes isn't just a practical habit, it's a way of life. When a shirt starts to fray or a pair of trousers gets worn at the knees, it's not seen as the end of its usefulness. Instead, it's the beginning of a new chapter. Small holes are stitched up quickly before they grow larger. Worn-out collars are removed and flipped, giving shirts a fresh edge. Torn knees are patched with sturdy fabric, sometimes using leftover scraps from other garments to create a subtle mismatched charm. Sewing skills are passed down through generations, so most Amish families can handle repairs themselves. Mothers teach daughters how to mend seams and replace buttons by hand without relying on modern sewing machines. Every household keeps a sewing kit stocked with strong thread, durable needles, and cloth remnants. This makes quick repairs easy and accessible even during busy farm seasons. But the practice doesn't stop with fixing. Repurposing is equally important. A dress that no longer fits might be taken apart and sewn into a child's apron or bonnet. Shirts that are too thin to wear become rags for cleaning or polishing. Even heavily worn garments are cut into squares and used for patchwork quilts, which often become cherished family heirlooms. These quilts tell stories. Each piece of fabric represents a memory, a moment, a person. This mindset drastically reduces waste and cuts down on the need to buy new clothes. It also shows a deep respect for the time, effort, and resources that went into making the fabric in the first place. Nothing is thrown away casually. Everything has value, even if its purpose has to change. This philosophy of repair and reuse is one of the quiet strengths of Amish living, and it's a lesson many modern households could learn from. Number 6. Fabric choices and clothing design. When it comes to fabrics, the Amish are highly intentional. Their preference leans heavily toward natural, sturdy materials like 100% cotton, wool, linen, and occasionally denim. These fabrics are known for their durability and comfort, but more importantly, they age well. Over time, a well-made cotton shirt or wool skirt doesn't fall apart. It softens, conforms to the body, and maintains its purpose. The goal is to have clothing that can withstand constant wear, manual labor, and repeated washing without losing its form or integrity. You won't find synthetic blends or trendy textiles here. That's not just a matter of tradition, it's also practical. Natural fibers breathe better, resist tearing, and can often be repaired more easily. The design philosophy is equally deliberate. Amish garments are made with functionality and modesty in mind. Women typically wear full-length dresses with aprons, and men stick to straight-cut trousers, button shirts, and suspenders. The lack of zippers, flashy buttons, or decorative stitching is no accident. Simplicity in design serves multiple purposes. It reinforces the community's value of humility, makes clothes easier to sew at home, even by hand or with treadle-powered machines, and ensures that repairs are straightforward. Seams are clean, and stitching is done to last. Everything is built to be easy to maintain or repurpose. Color choices are modest, too. Men often wear dark shades, black, navy, charcoal, while women might wear solid colors like deep greens, purples, or blues, depending on the specific church district's rules. There's beauty in the uniformity, but also practicality. Standardized designs make sharing clothes or passing them down more efficient. In a world where fast fashion dominates, the Amish model of slow, thoughtful garment creation feels both timeless and incredibly relevant. Number 7. Seasonal clothing care. Seasonal changes in Amish communities bring more than just new weather. They completely shift how clothes are cared for. In the summer, laundry becomes a quicker, sun-powered task. After being washed in large tubs or wringer washers, garments are hung outside on long clotheslines that stretch across fields and backyards. Because the Amish don't use dryers, the summer sun plays a vital role in drying everything from shirts to heavy bed linens. The heat and airflow naturally sanitize fabrics while leaving them with a crisp, fresh scent that no detergent or machine can replicate. But when winter rolls around, the approach changes entirely. With freezing temperatures and frequent snowfall, drying clothes outdoors isn't always practical. That's where wood stoves come in. Most Amish homes have large wood-burning stoves that heat the home and double as a drying station. Clothes are hung on racks near the stove or suspended from ceiling-mounted lines. The warmth slowly dries the fabric without damaging it, and because there's no use of artificial heat or tumbling, the fibers in garments remain stronger for longer. Storage is another crucial aspect of seasonal clothing care. At the end of each season, clothes that won't be worn again for several months are cleaned thoroughly, folded with care, and stored away. Cedar chests or closets lined with cedar blocks are commonly used to protect garments from moths and other pests. Cedar naturally repels insects and also prevents musty odors from forming over time. Clothes are often wrapped in cotton or muslin instead of plastic to allow airflow and avoid moisture buildup. This routine keeps garments in great shape, often allowing them to last several years or more without losing quality. It's a patient, mindful way of caring for clothes, one that values longevity over convenience. Number 8, teaching the next generation. In Amish communities, passing down practical knowledge starts early, and clothing care is a major part of that process. Children aren't just observers, they're active participants. From as young as 5 or 6, they begin helping with simple tasks like sorting laundry by color or hanging clothes on the line. These small responsibilities grow with age, and over time, children become skilled in washing, ironing, folding, and even mending garments. It's not about chore charts or allowances. It's about being part of the family rhythm and contributing to daily life. Learning how to care for clothing is seen as essential, not optional. Boys and girls both learn these skills, although girls often spend more time on sewing and fabric repair, especially as they approach adulthood. By their teenage years, many Amish girls are already making entire dresses, aprons, and bonnets by hand. Not just for themselves, but for younger siblings too. These garments are made to fit within the plain dress standards of their community, so precision and modesty matter just as much as durability. Ironing is also taught with the same attention to detail. The Amish often use old-fashioned, non-electric irons that are heated on stoves, meaning kids have to learn not just the technique, but also how to work safely with hot equipment. They're also shown how to fold clothes in a way that reduces wrinkles and wear over time. This hands-on education isn't rushed. Adults work side by side with children, correcting and guiding gently. There's a quiet pride in mastering these routines. Over time, these habits become second nature, and with them, the mindset that taking care of your things, especially clothing, is both a practical skill and a sign of respect for what you own. It's how values are passed along, one shirt and one stitch at a time. Number 9, community sharing. In Amish communities, the concept of sharing goes far beyond simply being kind. It's a foundational part of how they live and maintain their way of life. One of the clearest examples of this is how they handle clothing. Unlike mainstream culture, where fashion trends drive constant purchases, the Amish emphasize practicality, modesty, and longevity. Clothes are rarely seen as personal property in the way most people view them. They're more like communal resources that move from one person to another based on need. Hand-me-downs are a regular practice, not just among siblings, but across extended families and even neighbors. When a child outgrows a dress or a pair of pants, it doesn't go to waste. Instead, it's carefully cleaned, repaired if needed, and then given to someone else who can use it. Adults do the same, especially with work clothing. A shirt worn soft with time may no longer suit a farmer, but might be just fine for household tasks. The community has informal systems for this kind of exchange. Older women often take responsibility for organizing clothing, sorting items for those who need them, especially in larger families or when someone is going through hardship. It's not unusual for someone to receive an entire bundle of clothes when moving into a new home or starting a family. This sense of mutual support helps people avoid unnecessary spending and also reduces waste, something the Amish are deeply conscious of. This kind of sharing also strengthens relationships. It's not just about the fabric, it's about the care behind it. When you wear something passed down from a neighbor or cousin, it's more than clothing. It's a reminder that you're part of something bigger, a close-knit group where people take care of one another without expecting anything in return. Number 10, the underlying philosophy. For the Amish, clothing isn't just about covering the body or following fashion. It's about living with intention. Every shirt, dress, and pair of trousers is part of a broader way of life that values simplicity, humility, and care. Their approach to clothing is grounded in the idea of stewardship. This means they see their possessions, including clothing, not as disposable or trendy, but as things to be maintained, respected, and used responsibly. When an Amish person sews a garment, they expect it to serve them for years, not just a season. This philosophy begins with the materials. The Amish choose durable, natural fabrics like cotton, wool, or linen, materials that can withstand repeated wear and repair. They don't chase fashion trends, so their clothing doesn't become outdated. A well-made plain dress or shirt will look the same today as it did 10 years ago, which eliminates the pressure to constantly buy new. The emphasis on repair is also key. When clothing gets damaged, it's seen as an opportunity to fix, not throw away. Patches, reinforced seams, and repurposed fabric are common. This extends the life of clothing dramatically and reduces waste. Even when a garment can no longer be worn, it might become part of a quilt, a cleaning rag, or something else entirely. This care doesn't just reflect personal thrift. It connects to a larger belief in living lightly on the earth. The Amish believe in minimizing waste, avoiding excess, and using what they have wisely. Their clothing practices are just one example of that. It's not about being cheap. It's about being respectful to the resources they have, to the work that went into creating them, and to the community that supports this way of life.